Fox 2 News.
Fox.
In a few minutes, but finally at 5, festive fun and freezing temperatures. Some brave Detroiters stripped down over the weekend for a good cause. This is the 10th annual Santa Speedo Run, taking over downtown yesterday. Hundreds walked or ran the mile-long route wearing a Speedo and a holiday smile. It's all good fun and all for charity. The event raises money for local nonprofits, including the Ruth Ellis Center and the Greening of Detroit. This is how they do it overseas. They wear a lot more clothes. Thousands of runners dressed up as Santa, flooding the streets of Budapest during today's annual Santa Run. The holiday event has been held for the last 10 years. The run takes place along the banks of the Danube River. Fox 2 News at 6 starts right now.
Working for you. This is Fox 2 News at 6.
Right now, Southeast Michigan getting ready for another blast of wintry weather, and the timing of the snow tomorrow could make things, well, a bit messy for the morning commute. Weather Authority Stephanie Mead is here with a look at our forecast. And Stephanie, when's it hit?
So I think between about 8 to 9 o'clock, we'll see that potential for some snow. And this is going to come in rounds here. So this is going to be the first round, but we have an additional round of potential snow and some rain come Wednesday as well. Live look over the city or parts of it and what we can see of it before we officially see no sun. And it's been a dry day. It's been a bright day from time to time too, but that really didn't help us out in terms of temperatures. A lot of us are in the low 20s. A few of us are in the teens already. 19 in Howell, 18 Pontiac, low 20s in Windsor, 23 degrees. in the city of Detroit right now. We don't have anything actively on our radar, which is great, but that's going to soon change. We have this system west of us in Minnesota. Right behind that, an additional system too. So we have two systems on the dock for us here as we move forward. 19 tonight, still cloudy. It's going to be cold. Our feel-like temperatures early tomorrow morning, single digits. But the big story, as Roop mentioned, it's going to be that snow that we mentioned before. If you can't stick around for that forecast, you can always get the latest forecast by checking the Fox 2 weather app. You can download it for free in the App Store, or you can head over to Google Play. Roop, over to you.
The recreational legal marijuana industry suffering a legal setback today in its battle against a new 24% wholesale tax. Proceeds from that tax are slated to fund state road repairs. Let's get live to Fox News' Charlie Langton. He's in Madison Heights with more on the judge's ruling, and this is where the rubber meets the road, where you're at right now.
Well, I'll tell you what, Roop, first of all, I am here at Cannabis, Puff Cannabis in Madison Heights. One of the largest, if not the largest dealer in, I shouldn't say dealer, cannabis dispensary in the state of Michigan. But the court did make a major ruling today. The industry from the cannabis people, they wanted a judge to stop a tax that would have gone into effect on January 1st. What would that tax have done? 24% more on anything cannabis related. Well, that's pretty powerful stuff there, Nino. If your customers have to pay 24% more, do you think they'll stop coming?
Well, you know, I think if you have to pay 24% more on something that you really need, they're going to be very upset, and they're going to have issues coming in and affording what they need to get through their days.
All right, so, but you're not going to stop selling it. It's going to be here, but you think business will go down?
Of course business will go down.
All right, we got a chance to talk to the legal counsel of Puff, and he had a little more of an analysis as far as what does this decision really mean. Take a look.
It definitely hurts the small players in this game. You know, we feel bad for them, especially for the customers, and quite frankly, it could drive the black market crazy again.
A court said, too bad. You guys are not very popular in the legislature.
You know, cannabis has never been popular to some people. And, you know, the legislature, they did the wrong thing here. They're putting a tax on a business that's already hurting, that's already struggling, that's already facing some of the lowest prices in the country. You know, is that the business that you put a tax on?
The judge also said, though, that your likelihood of success is not very good.
Well, you know, the cannabis companies have always fought. It's been a battle for us from day one. Nothing's ever been easy. It was never easy for us to start this industry, and we're definitely not going to let it go down in flames like this because of a legislature that, quite frankly, doesn't understand our business at all.
Does this mean you smoke more pot, there'll be better roads?
It's funny to say that, right? I don't think so. I don't think so, Charlie.
All right, but the reality is, though, that if you do smoke more pot and you pay more of a tax, 24%, that goes to the roads, and that's what the legislature wanted. Now, we can analyze this decision. It's not a final decision, just the injunction, meaning to stop the tax from going into effect on January 1st. But there will be a hearing. But as the judge said, the likelihood of success by the cannabis industry, not so good. A little technical argument, I'm sure in the future we'll discuss it. But the bottom line here, whether you're buying pre-rolls or flour or whatever gummies, edibles, it doesn't matter. As of January 1st right now, 24% more, which amounts to a 40% tax. I am live here in Madison Heights at Puff. Roop, I'll send it back to you.
Yeah, Charlie, quick question here for you. You've been covering this stuff for so many years. Here's my question. If you are trying to tax a business to make money to fund the roads, and then you're hurting those businesses, how then do you get the money to do the thing you wanted to do, fix the roads?
Because the legislature believes that there's enough money in pot where the big people, the people that are successful, will be able to continue on. And it's the little people, perhaps, that maybe will not carry on. Remember, these people here at Puff, not only do they grow a lot of their own, they cultivate it, they make it, like these pre-rolls, for example, and then they sell it. So they have a vertical business, which is very sophisticated. So these people might be okay. At least that's what the legislature legislature thinks. Bottom line, if you're just a little player, that may be very, very problematic. Again, the problem is to undo this 24% tax. It's very technical, but the Marijuana Act has to be different than the tax. And the judge said they're totally different. Legalizing pot and fixing the roads at 24%, totally different. Legislature can do it, and they did. We'll see what happens. Not done yet, but it's getting there. Roop?
Charlie Langton, great explanation. Our legal analyst and anchor and reporter, Charlie Langton, for us live tonight. Thank you. A St. Clair Shores man accused of threatening to shoot up a school could face time behind bars. 20-year-old Joel Edwards allegedly posted this threat in a TikTok video. During his arrest, officers found multiple weapons at his home. On Friday, Edwards was charged with using a computer to commit a crime. He's being held tonight on a $5 million bond and has been referred for a mental health evaluation. Taking out to Berkeley, a man there will serve prison time for sex crimes against minors. Darren Bradford was sentenced today to 2 to 15 years behind bars after pleading guilty in one of several cases. This one was in Grosse Pointe Park, where he assaulted a 15-year-old girl in his vehicle. The victim's mother facing Bradford in court today.
I wanted to hurt Darren for what he did. I wanted him to feel the pain and the shame that she felt. She was brave enough to come forward because she knew what happened to her was not right.
Bradford was given jail credit for about 9 months already served. He also faces charges for alleged assaults in Bloomfield Township and in Berkeley. While a gunman wanted in connection with a double shooting in Detroit has been charged. It happened last Thursday in an apartment complex on Houston Whittier. Aquan Smith allegedly went to a woman's apartment, busted down a door and fired multiple shots, wounding her and killing her husband. Prosecutors say the woman allegedly buys drugs from Smith, so he was there asking about money that was owed. Smith, who's on parole for previous crimes, is now facing homicide charges. In this case, he's being held tonight without bond. A father is in trouble with the law, accused of using his vehicle as a weapon against at least 2 people, including a school principal. It happened last week when the man went to pick up his child from Bemis Junior High School in Sterling Heights. Let's get live to Fox News' Ingrid Kelly. She has more on the incident and the charges the man now faces. Ingrid.
That's right. You know, needless to say, this father did not lead by example because he simply did not follow instructions. Take a look. Lemuel Ryan Young was told not to drive in the school bus lane during pickup, but instead he took his vehicle and hit a safety officer and then the principal, who had both told him to simply move. Now this dad is learning a lesson the hard way.
Not his property, he's in a school property. You know, he's got to listen to their request to leave. And ultimately, he was holding up the buses from picking up children. So he was causing the problem. They did their best to de-escalate the situation, have him move on, but they couldn't do so. And ultimately, he took it to a whole other level and hitting him with his car. But ultimately, he got arrested, and, you know, now he's sitting in jail for it, you know, with sitting on felony charges. You know, it was, and ultimately, I ended up getting a $10,000 bond for it.
Any of this violence that I see going on today, you have to hold people accountable for every act that they do.
Back out here live, you know, the good news is that the safety officer and the principal, neither were seriously injured in this incident. Now, I did reach out to the principal and the school district, and basically I asked for a statement or an on-camera interview. Both were denied, but they did send me the letter that they sent home to the school community, and in a nutshell, basically they're asking parents to, you know, let's form a partnership. Let's work together when these kids arrive to school and when they're dismissed, so that people can stay safe and that this can run professionally and properly. I mean, these parents need to lead by example. Unfortunately, there was a community, a school community, that actually saw this incident transpire, and that should never have taken place on school property. So again, the key word for today, partnership. Back to you, Roop.
Ingrid, we know road rage anywhere is awful, but you're talking about kids who could be getting in the way of this. Not cool.
Not at all. And again, like I said, if we're learning here, you know, people need to work together. It was simply just, you know, remove yourself in the vehicle from the school bus lane. Obviously, the buses can't move if a vehicle is in their way, and simply just relocate the car. And he refused. And unfortunately, by refusing, he felt it was a good idea to run into the school principal and the safety officer. So you see, he's behind bars. He has not been able to post bond.
Yeah, the lesson on the inside of the school walls and the outside's the same. Follow directions as given the first time, right? Ingrid Kelly for us live tonight.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Developments today out of Ann Arbor. That's where a teenager was shot and killed inside an apartment over the weekend. The new information we just got from police just ahead. And it's dark when we wake up and at dinner time, and the shortest day of the year is still 2 weeks away. Coming up, some ways to cope with the lack of sunlight. Also tonight.
You know, like the building was burned yesterday. And I went, no hacking way, man.
Coming up, the latest on a massive fire in Garden City.
We're getting a new look today at the aftermath of that massive fire that ripped through a strip mall in Garden City over the weekend. You can see how serious it was. Flames racing across the structure last night on Middle Belt Road between Ford and Warren. Fox 2's Camille Amiri with more.
Sunday night, firefighters spent hours battling out of control flames.
I know it was a magic shop. I know when my grandson was younger, I'd go over and get stuff for his birthday presents. And it's been a cabinet shop and a dance studio.
But in recent years, the building has stood empty.
I'm in shock, I don't know what to say, I had very big memory here.
Ghazi Darwich used to have a kitchen cabinet store here. Monday morning, he woke up to a phone call.
He said, the building was burned yesterday. And I went, no hacking way, man.
At the Polish pottery store across the street.
I was really stressed out because I was like, I heard it was, north of 4th Road on Middle Belt, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's right by us. It's definitely scary, and the big smoke in the air definitely just makes everybody like, oh my gosh, how big is it? Is it spreading? It's very stressful.
And at Eva's Bridal and Fashions.
I was glad to see when I saw the smoke going that way, because I could imagine what it would be like if my dresses got all the smoke, damage.
The cause of the fire remains under investigation. In Garden City, Camille Amiri, Fox 2 News.
In Oakland County, police are searching for a suspect after a 14-year-old boy was found stabbed at a Royal Oak Township hotel. It happened at the American Inn and Suites on West 8 Mile Saturday night. The 14-year-old was stabbed in the leg and was taken to a hospital. He's expected to recover. Anybody with information about this is asked to call Michigan State Police or Crime Stoppers at 1-800-SPEAK-UP. Take out to Ann Arbor. Police there say a suspect is now in custody in connection with a deadly shooting yesterday afternoon. Police say a 17-year-old woman from Pittsfield Township was shot and killed inside an apartment on Pear Street. A gun believed to have been used in the incident was later found during a search by a canine unit. So far, police have not shared a possible motive for the attack or information on the suspect, but they say this is considered random. A group of Michigan lawmakers and family members urging ICE officials to release a construction worker who was picked up in Ypsilanti. Ernesto Enciso is married to an American-born woman and has a child. He came to this country when he was 3 years old. He was also a recipient of DACA, the federal program providing protection to undocumented immigrants. On Saturday, he and another construction worker were arrested near their job site. Several state lawmakers and local leaders, including Congresswoman Tlaib, have written a letter to U.S. Immigrations and Customs Enforcement asking them to let him go. The letter claims Ernesto is a hardworking immigrant man who cares for his family and has been attempting to follow our nation's pathway to become a green card holder. Well, in HealthWorks tonight, according to a new study, more parents are refusing vitamin K shots for their newborns. It's a trend experts worry could have deadly consequences. Babies are born with very low levels of vitamin K, something the body needs for blood to clot. Without the nutrient, newborns are at risk for severe bleeding early in life. Experts say widespread misinformation on social media and rising vaccine skepticism are likely contributing to an uptick in the number of patients refusing vitamin K shots for their newborns. The study was published in the Journal of the American Medical Association. Also in HealthWorks tonight, you're probably feeling it. Days are continuing to get shorter and shorter. The winter solstice, the shortest day of the year, still 2 weeks away. And even when that passes, there's still going to be a lot more darkness than daylight. For many, that leads to something called seasonal affective disorder, which includes mild depression symptoms and extreme fatigue caused by the lack of sunlight. Even if you say that you don't have SAD, it's hard to fight the winter blues, but there are things you can do.
Has an immediate effect on your well-being to increase serotonin in your brain. Maybe not having their morning coffee in the lunchroom, grab not only a coffee but also a colleague and say, hey, let's go outside and enjoy our hot coffee and do something for our well-being.
Experts say it's important not to isolate in the winter because socializing offers a lot of health benefits. Even if you don't want to go outside in the cold, exercising indoors and opening those curtains to let in some daylight, it can do a lot of good.
Certainly feeling cold here across the state of Michigan. Today we topped out at 27 degrees. The average keeps slipping. Right now the average high around 39 degrees. So we were still well below that. And in fact, for the entire month of December thus far, we have yet to actually see a seasonal day here. Sunset was just after 5 o'clock, 5:01. And it's going to continue to get pushed back until we hit winter solstice on December 21st. Now moving forward, our numbers still remain cold. There is one near seasonal day as we hit midweek, and then after that, we're back to the 20s. 23 in the city right now, 19 in Muskegon, 19 in Marquette, temps in Chicago, extending into northern Indiana and Fort Wayne, upper teens to lower to middle 20s. So we are in good company here with the cold. We have snow showers just further west of us into portions of Minnesota. They also have winter weather advisories, winter storm warnings, and also winter storm watches that extends into Green Bay and into portions of southern Wisconsin. This is our next system that will impact us here. We don't have any active advisories out, which is great news. So this is going to be a quick hitter for us here. Should be out of here by dinner time tomorrow. And then we'll see our second system get ushered in closer to midnight. First starting off as snow, and then we'll see it transition over into rain showers. So anything that accumulates potentially could melt relatively quickly come Wednesday. Back edge of that system could give us additional snow showers there, but minimal accumulation with that second round. So by the end of this, we're looking at about an inch, possibly around 2 inches of snow by late Tuesday. A lot of that's going to be gone down possibly by Wednesday evening. 19 tonight for an overnight low. Feel like temperatures will be in the single digits moving forward. We see temps reach 40 Wednesday. Thursday, we're at 26. Additional snow showers possible as we head through the end of the week and into this upcoming weekend. So still staying relatively active. It is looking cold come at least the later part of the week. Friday into Saturday and Sunday, we are looking at more cold air as we look towards the middle part of December. 20s for this upcoming weekend. Snow chances stick around too into early next week. Jen, over to you.
Thanks, Steph. And that was beautiful snow to wake up to on Sunday morning. Well, coming off a little bit of a mini bye following that Thursday night win over the Cowboys, the Lions are shifting their focus to Week 15. And what comes next is another huge NFC battle against the Rams. Dan Miller goes one-on-one with Jared Goff next in Sports.